Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 19. This is the All-Star Special. We're going to start it off here with the Double-A All-Star game. That was actually back in June. And our All-Star was catcher Emilio Villanueva. He was batting .333 with 2 home runs on the season. Here he is, 64 overall, B potential, 21-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. Very good contact numbers. Got to work on those power numbers just a little bit. Obviously, he'll never be the biggest power catcher, but he can improve a little bit. So we'll see what he does here in this Double-A All-Star game. Here he is with his first at-bat. There's a man on first base. He's going to rip one into left field, but that will be caught for an out. Then in the third, he gets jammed up on a pitch here. He's trying to beat it out, but the first baseman able to get there first. Then here he is in the 6th inning. He is going to hit one down the right field line. That's going to go for a double for Villanueva, so a very nice at-bat there for a hit in the All-Star game. Awesome to see, but then he would be pinch hit for after that, and that would be the end of it. We do end up losing that All-Star game 5-4, but you could see some other people that ended up being in this game. There was some guys that were in the mini-series back in MLB The Show 18, so you guys will recognize those names as we go along here. Jared Kelenic was actually in there. I don't know how he was in there, but he was in there. He got pinch hit. He was put in later in the game. The Angels making a big move, acquiring Mike Foltynewicz from the Braves for Joe Adell, Jose Soriano, and Brennan Lucid. And now we move to the Triple-A. Well, actually, no, this is the Futures game for the majors. Sean Padilla started in this one. He would fly out to right field for his first out of the day, and then he would strike out there in the 3rd. Then in the 6th, he gets another opportunity. He's going to line out to first base. So nothing doing for Sean Padilla. He would be pinch hit for after that. The Futures was won by the American League, so that's pretty interesting as well. And there were some players here that you might recognize from the miniseries, such as James Bowman was in this game, so that was pretty interesting. And then for the NL Futures, there was, I believe, some pitchers involved in that miniseries not too long ago, or at some point you will see it, but there was Archibald was in it. So here we go into the Home Run Derby. Mike Trout, Manny Machado, Giancarlo Stanton, JD Martinez, Tommy Pham, Michael Conforto, Chris Bryant, and Matt Adams. Star-studded. And I do like that there's not 2 people from the same team. Keeps it a little interesting. So the first round goes by, and Adams and Martinez move on, as well as Stanton and Bryant. So those are the matchups to the finals. We go ahead and simulate that as well, and you will see that we have JD Martinez and Giancarlo Stanton in this thing. We're fast-forwarding through it about as quickly as possible. JD Martinez hits 4 bombs. Giancarlo Stanton goes through his entire minute without hitting a single home run. So JD Martinez is your Home Run Derby champion here this season. There is the final graphic. JD Martinez, the champion. Tommy Pham is acquired by the Blue Jays in division trade with the Tampa Bay Rays for 3 prospects. And then we are moving on to the official MLB All-Star game. We have no starters in this All-Star game, so you know the rule there. We're going to go ahead and manage the game. We have no starters, but we do have one bench player. It is Marco Gonzalez in the bullpen there, but we are trying our best not to pitch him because he actually pitches the day after this All-Star game, or the first game after the All-Star game, and I don't really want to use up his energy. So we're going to see what happens here as Kluber goes through the first 3 innings unscathed, really. No runs given up there. So we're going to be fair about it. We're going to throw some other guys in there. We let Verlander pitch a little bit. He is going to go through the 4th without a problem. We end up getting 3 runs on the board here in the 5th inning. And then a 2-run shot by Machado is going to bring the NL back into it, as it's now 3-2 right now. Givens going to give up a run as well, so that's going to be 3-3, but we put a short leash on him. Brad Hand joins the game, and Brad Hand keeps it at 3-3. He goes into his next inning, and he gives up a solo shot to Manny Machado. Manny Machado, 2 home runs in the ball game. Benintendi gets on board. We're going to start doing our pinch hitting, bringing in some of the bench players, let them kind of get an at-bat or two. But I wanted to let the starters start the game for a good portion of it. We are down 4-3. It's time to get some fresh legs out there, so that's what we do. Even Mike Trout is not safe. We bring in George Springer over him. He does not really do a great job. Take out JD Martinez. We put Yohan Moncada in there. He didn't really do much either. Posey's on base, so we're going to bring in Jose Alvarado. He gives up the run anyways. It's 5-3 right now, and it's not looking good for our American League. Carlos Correa is going to get pinch hit for Lindor. Lindor does nothing. Justin Jones sits down for Bregman, who does nothing. Gary Sanchez sits down for Zunino, who gets a single, and we get nothing out of it. So Alvarado's still in. He gives up a little something, so Sean Doolittle going to come into this one. Contreras steals a base, but Sean Doolittle doing his job to get out of it. Benintendi hits a solo shot. Whit Merrifield strikes out. Stanton hits a solo shot and ties the ball game in the top of the 9th inning. There's a double. There's a walk. We got bases loaded with 1 out. A run scores there, and then a fielder's choice, and then a fly out. So we're up 6-5, bottom 9. Sean Doolittle is going to come out. We are going to actually put in Felipe Vasquez. He's going to get a ground out, a pop-up. Then he gives up a double to Nolan Arenado, and then Trey Turner singles him home. Now there's a walk, so now we don't want to keep Vasquez in there. Rick Porcello comes in. He gets a walk, and then he flies out, gets a fly out. So we are 6-6. Now it's at 7-6 off of a Whit Merrifield triple, and then Springer scores a run, and then Lindor gets a run scored. So a few RBIs there get us to 9-6, which is awesome. Now the NL trying their best. Porcello still in there to close the game, and he does it. Rick Porcello has closed it out. Andrew Benintendi is our player of the game. He is the All-Star Game MVP here, and we win the All-Star Game, the American League, without even throwing Marco Gonzalez, which is awesome. Daniel Vogelbach is ready to go for the AAA All-Star Game. Not sure why it was a day after the MLB All-Star Game, but we're doing this in chronological order right now, and Vogelbach going to get out his first at-bat. His second at-bat gets right through the middle there as shortstop cannot lay out and make the play, so Vogelbach would be on base. Here in the 4th inning, he's going to show off a little bit of defensive capability as he picks up the ball and takes it over to first base. Here's Vogelbach again, another hit for him. That's going to go through the gap between third and short for another single for Vogelbach, but then they would pinch hit for him the next time. Bilpin Archibald is on the team. Bilpin Archibald was pitching for a little while there, so interesting. Ethan Long ends up pitching against us and getting the All-Star Game MVP for AAA, as we do end up losing to the International League. Things went awry after Vogelbach came out of the ball game, and Ethan Long gets the save and the player of the game honors. As you can see here, some guys you would obviously know. Jose Reyes was actually playing in this game. Cameron Batts was on there as well. You could see him on the PCL All-Stars there along with Vogelbach. So very, very, very interesting. Moving on to the other team's box score, you can take a look. Jacoby Ellsbury was in that game. Kevin Plawecki was in that game. And you will see Bilpin Archibald. I hope you guys did enjoy this All-Star Game special. If you did, please go ahead and drop a like, as well as subscribe if you are new. Plenty more of this series as well as other franchise content coming your way. Franchise all day, every day here on Franchise Gaming. Thank you guys, and I will see you all next time.
You're a pretty little star boy.